Okay, students, now let's discuss the grammatical structures which have been used inside the sentences of the text. We will also discuss parts of speech and the structures of the sentences. So let's take a start. Okay, first of all, we have in surface water. You know what is in? In is basically, this is a preposition. This is a preposition. And we call it simple preposition. We have different types of prepositions. So in, on, upon, over, with, by. These are simple preposition. So in is one of the simple prepositions. And then we have in surface water. Now you see surface is basically, it is a noun, sata. So it is a noun. But you see here it modified, it tells us about water. So water is also a noun. So here this noun, though surface is a noun, but here it was as an adjective because it tells us about another noun. So here we call it adjective, and it works as an adjective. It is a modifier. It modifies the noun surface. So here surface, though basically it is a noun, but here it works as an adjective. Then the next we have we. We, as you know, what is we? We is personal pronoun. We is personal pronoun. It is first person. It is first person personal pronoun. We, I, we. So it is pronoun which is used in place of noun. Pronoun is any word which is used in place of noun, so we call it pronoun. And it is personal pronoun. It is first person pronoun. It is plural first person pronoun. First person I, we, second person you, and third person he, she, it, or they. So that is third person. So these are the we call it personal pronoun because it is used for three persons: first person, second person, and third person he. So this is used for person, so that is why we call it personal pronoun. The next we have. We have three. Now you see have, as you know, have is basically an auxiliary verb. This is an auxiliary verb. We call it primary auxiliary. We have two types of auxiliary. One is primary auxiliary. The second is modal auxiliary. So have is one of auxiliary, primary auxiliary. We have is, am, are, was, were, have, has, have been, has been. So have, has is also primary auxiliary, but here you see it is not used as a helping verb. It works as a main verb. It works as a main verb because it does not help any other verb. Rather, it gives a complete meaning itself, and it is used for possessive. ये मलकियत को शो करे. For example, I have a watch. मेरे पास एक घड़ी है. So have जो है, I have a watch. So ये क्या मलकियत के लिए इस्तेमाल हुआ है. So we call it a possessive case. Possession का meaning मलकियत है. So this is what we call have has been used as possessive. We have three drainage systems. So three tells us about, three is basically adjective number. 1, 2, 3. These are adjectives and it is used for number, so we call it adjective number. The next we have drainage. Drainage, you see this is once again this three, and drainage tells us about system, and system is noun. The word system is noun. So these three drainage system, these both words modify or tells us about this noun system. So these both words are working as adjectives. So these both are adjectives. The next word we have the. The is basically, this is what we call, this is article, and we call it definite article because it makes definite, a thing definite. We have the, an. An is indefinite article because it is used in general way. हम आम तौर पर हम कहते हैं a book कोई भी किताब. हम कहते हैं the book, so एक क्या एक चीज़ को खास बना देता है. The book एक खास किताब. So the makes a thing definite. So we call it definite article. These definite article and an both are indefinite articles. Now the next we have Indus Basin river. Now Indus river, Indus basically this is a noun, but it tells us about river. Indus river, there is sin. So Indus is also an adjective. Basin, river. Basin is also a noun, but here it modified, it tells us about the word river, which is noun. So that is why this basin is also works as an adjective in this phrase. Indus basin river, this is a noun phrase, and these both Indus basin is, both words are working as adjective, so that is why it modifies the word river, which is a noun. So these both words are working as adjective. Now the next we have closed basin. Closed. Now you see, close is basically past participle, third form of verb, close, closed, closed. But here it refers to, it tells us about the word basin, so basin is noun. So this close has been used as an adjective, so the word close is an adjective, it is past participle, but it was as an adjective over here. यहाँ पे ये adjective का काम कर रहा है, so close is an adjective. Now you see the Indus Basin River. The Indus Basin River, ये जो title है, the Indus Basin River, इसमें जो main word है वो है noun, river. These three words, ये जो तीन अल्फाज है, these three, it modifies the word river. The Indus Basin River ये noun phrase है. Phrase, group of words which does not give complete meaning, we call it phrase. अभी एक phrase में if the noun is the keyword, the main word is noun, so we call it a noun phrase. तो इसमें keyword जो main word है वो है river, तो noun है. So ये क्या है? This is basically noun phrase. हमारे पास दी जो है ये article मैंने अभी बताया, Indus जो है ये क्या है? It works as an adjective, basin works as an adjective. दूसरे ज़ुबान में इस दोनों को modifier भी कहते हैं. We call it modifiers because it modifies, both the words modifies the word river, which is a noun. So we also call it modifiers. And these basically article, but in noun phrase we also call it determiner. Determiner is any word which introduce a noun, we call it determiner. So that is why the is a determiner as well. Apart from article, it works as a determiner in noun phrase. Now the next word we have the, as usual, these definite article. We have discussed what is Indus river system. Now you see Indus, once again this works as an adjective. River, basically this is a noun. This is a noun, but it modifies, it tells us about this system. System is noun, river system. So this river is also works as a modified or as an adjective in this phrase. So river is basically noun, remember. But here यहाँ पे हमें system के बारे में, river system यानी दरियाई निज़ाम. So दरियाई river जो है हमें system के बारे में बता रहे, noun के बारे में बता रहे. So this ये जो river है ये adjective का काम करता है इधर. Is one of, is मैंने पहले से बताया, is जो है ये क्या है? Is basically auxiliary verb है, लेकिन यहाँ पे ये helping verb इस्तेमाल, it is not used as a helping verb because we don't have any main verb over here. तो ये is जो है इस sentence में ये क्या है? main verb काम कर रहा है, इसके साथ कोई दूसरा verb नहीं है, तो ये helping verb का काम नहीं बल्कि main verb है. ये मेन वर्ब का काम कर रहे हैं और इसको हम बाज़ औक़ात लिंकिंग वर्ब या कॉपुला भी कहते हैं. जब ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब बहैसियत मेन वर्ब काम करते हैं तो उस मेन वर्ब को हम क्या कहते हैं? लिंकिंग वर्ब या कॉपुला. सो यू सी देन वी हैव one is basically adjective of number, 1 pin, 2 pin, 3 pin. So one is adjective of number, but here it was as a pronoun. यहाँ पे किसी noun के बारे में नहीं बता, इसके करीब कोई noun नहीं है. one, okay. So यहाँ पे क्या है? This is works as a pronoun. ये क्या है? It works as a, ये pronoun का काम कर रहे हैं. अगर इसके साथ हम पेन भी लगा देते, वन पेन, तो फिर ये एडजेक्टिव होता, क्योंकि पेन के बारे में फिर बताते, एक पेन. सो दिस इज अ प्रोनाउन. ऑफ, आई टोल्ड यू ऑफ इज व्हाट वी कॉल, दिस इज of is basically a preposition. It is a simple preposition. The, I told you earlier, this is what we call, this is definite article. And most important is basically adjective. Important is adjective. Important person. So person के बारे में बताया. So important water system. तो system के बारे में बता रहे, तो इसलिए हम क्या है? Important is an adjective. And most tells us about adjective. So any word which tells us about adjective, so this is adverb. This is adverb. The मैं पहले बता चुका हूँ, these definite articles. So any word which tells us about adjective, this is adverb. So most is adverb. Okay, the next word we have Water system, as I told you, water is a noun, but it tells us about system, noun, system in itself, noun. So water is working as a modifier, as an adjective over here. So water is basically a noun, but here it works as a modifier or adjective. In Asia, and as I told you, it is basically a simple preposition. Asia is proper noun. Asia is a proper noun, is the name, a proper name. It is also a personal pronoun. A personal pronoun. It is used for what? It is used for non-living thing. बेजान चीज़ के लिए हम it इस्तेमाल करते हैं. He, she जो है वो living thing के लिए इस्तेमाल करते हैं. Originates, it is a verb. It is quite simple. First form of verb. Near. What is near? Near is also a preposition. Near is also a preposition. Okay, preposition, preposition यानी पहले position यानी preposition mostly are prepositions are mostly put before a noun. So इसको preposition कहते हैं. The, as usual, this is definite article. Kailash, it is a proper noun. It is a proper noun. In the same way, range, you know, this is proper noun. In simple preposition, Tibet is proper noun. Okay, the, as usual, definite article. River is a noun. Common noun. Flows, you know, flows is a verb. It is a verb. To is simple preposition. These, as usual, this is definite article. West is what? Which shows the side. So west is also what we call, it is a noun. It is a noun. And is coordinate conjunction. It combines two clauses, two phrases, or two sentences. So we call it a conjunction. So and is basically coordinate conjunction. Eventually, the word eventually tells us about falls. So falls is verb. So any verb it tells us about verb, we call it adverb. So adverb tells us about verb, and adverb also tells us about adjective. Okay, the next word we have into. Into is basically, this is a preposition. It is a combination of two words, in and to. So we call it double preposition. It is double preposition. Arabian, see, Arabian is an adjective. It is an adjective. Arabian is proper adjective because it is made of the proper noun Arab. It is made of proper noun Arab. So Arab, proper noun, and any word, any adjective which is made of a proper noun, we call it a proper adjective. So Arabian's proper adjective. See, as you know, this is common noun. These article. Total area. Total area. Area is noun, and total tells us about area. So this is adjective. This is adjective. The next of preposition, the article. Index, I told you, we have discussed it, is about. About, you see, about, it is also a preposition. About is a preposition. Square miles. Now you see, square tells us about miles. Miles is noun, so square is a adjective. Square is also adjective. The next word, the Indus River has tributaries. And tributaries is noun. Eight is also a simple preposition. Both western. Both, you know, this is adjective. This is an adjective. It is also known as determiner. Both western. Western is also adjective because it tells us about western side. So side is noun. So western and eastern both are adjectives. Both are adjectives. The next word we have its. Its, as I told you, its is a personal pronoun. It is a possessive case of it. Its is the possessive case. It shows possession. Malkiyat ko show kare. It's iska pen, iska book. So its is a personal pronoun. It is used for possession. Eastern, once again, this is adjective because it tells us about tributary. Tributary is noun. So eastern is working as an adjective. Or ravi, or we have done it. Or is auxiliary. But here it works as a main verb. This R is basically auxiliary, primary auxiliary, but it works as a main verb over here. The Bias, the Shinab, these are all proper noun. Jhelum, these are the names of the rivers, so these are proper nouns. These 5 rivers meet verb, 8 preposition. At Panjnath, its western tributaries. Western we have done, this is adjective, tributaries noun. Are the rivers, Swat, the Kabul, the Kuram, the Trochi, these are all proper nouns. These are the names of places. These are the name of rivers, so these are proper nouns, so we call it these are naming words, proper naming words, so we call it proper nouns. these rivers, now you see these tell us about rivers. So river is noun. So these working as an adjective. These is basically also a demonstrative pronoun. These are books. So then it refers to books. So that is why that is in that sentence these has been used as a pronoun. But here it refers to, it tells us about, it modifies the noun rivers. So these is adjective, we call it demonstrative adjective. Joins verb, this is a verb. Indus proper noun. In, once again, this is preposition. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is a proper noun. I hope that you have understood all parts of speech and grammatical structures inside the text. So I hope that you will try your best to understand it, and you will do your work at home as well. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.